Hey Stalkers, Evan here. Today we've got a just jam on Loopcloud 5, which is an incredibly powerful piece of free software that lets you explore your samples, really categorize your sample library, but also come up with some really creative song starting ideas and patterns quickly and effectively. So let's just take a quick listen at what you can quickly do with this, and then we'll dive into it some more and just kind of jam around. Guys experimented at all with Loopcloud 5? What do you think about it? Please let me know down below in the comments. Or is there any similar software? If so, I'd like to know. Also, I'm wondering if there's a way to mix the individual volumes of channels, or tracks as they call it, within Loopcloud 5. I haven't figured out exactly how to do that, so if you know, please let me know. So I dropped in this sample here. Let's just listen to it unprocessed. And I've got it synced to my DAW. So normally it's 90 BPM, but I've got the Loopcloud plugin in Logic here, so it's synced in terms of tempo. And if we hit play, this is what the sample sounds like. An interesting sample, I guess, but that wouldn't inspire me to do anything. So first of all, let's pitch it down, just because for this sort of thing, that almost always sounds better. Oh yeah, now that's probably got you tapping your toes, right? But you've got this whole pattern feature here, which is just a bunch of really cool, complex chops and pitch bends and things like that that can really get you inspired. So let's listen. Not that. So there are some quick ideas, but we don't want any of that pitch stuff. So we probably want to stick away from the instrument versions, or for the note-based instruments, and then instead go for like hats or kicks or something like that. And so let's see what happens if we do like techno hats 4. Like that could get your song started, right? And let's see what happens if we go on like, I don't know, percussion, sure. Tom. That sounds pretty cool to me. And let's see what it sounds like in some different pitches. Like, right? That sounds pretty cool to me. And then just to like get your song started, we could then just go and you can do a lot of this in your DAW, but this can really be an inspirational way to get your song started. So let's go to like lounge and chill out, drum loops, 120, what do we got? That's so far from being the right drum loop, it's hilarious. Okay, lounge breaks, let's see. Hat breaks. Or, let's see what Raw Cuts has here. Right? That is like, okay, you could have that playing in the background and you can start sketching out your song from there. I wouldn't use this to create a song. It's got powerful MIDI features or powerful audio editing features, but it is not by any means as powerful as a DAW. But just to get like all your ideas sketched out, right? You have multiple tracks that you can start layering things on. So what key is this? Let's look at this first one. Well, what were you? You were originally in C sharp and you've had 11 added to you, so that probably makes you D. So now we could go and find like a bass line just for inspiration. Or I could start, I've got this in the background now, and I could go over to Logic here and create like a bass. And so if we start playing it. So you can jam hard with this. Now, the one thing I do want to say is I'm not using the free version. There is an incredible free version, but I think it limits you to only 2 or 3 tracks. And it also doesn't let you use effects, which are kind of cool. But honestly, I would probably just use the effects on my DAW. They can be useful just for getting sort of some inspiration. So that's just one idea there. Let's just jam out a little bit more. So we'll clear all tracks and start again. And it's easier to navigate if you make the window bigger, but I'm just trying to sort of make it big enough so that I usually have it in separate windows, but so that you can see all of this. All right, so let's start with a chord pad here. Gliss pad, ooh, that sounds glissful. And we'll automatically set the key to A. That's a beautiful pad. Let's chop it up. And again, I don't want to do anything that messes with the pitch, so we'll just go like, that's just a simple. I mean, that's pretty cool there, right? Okay, that's a song starter. Or, like, let's see what. All right, cool. That's a good sounding pad, and let's put that more on the original basics. This house kick here, but let's slow your tempo in half. And so maybe that doesn't quite work as well. So let's delete you and delete you. And let's stretch each of these out. And see what this sounds like. So you also have the ability to actually modify these. And let's do a volume on envelope as well. And let's add some reverb. Okay, that's a place. I don't know. It's something. And then let's go with a double bass multi. So this is actually just going to be a single note. Just a single note, but now we can use the pattern, the arpeggio pattern, and let's see what happens. All right. So let's mute this first track here. And let's just go with maybe so that's pretty cool, right? You got a bass line already, just totally inspired by the typical changes, sure. But still, inspirational, you can go from there. And then if we go to like, let's see, if we've got just individual samples as well. I don't know if it can, I don't know that it can play Rex. It might not be able to. No, it doesn't look like it can. Oops. Same track as before. All right, so let's go here. And let's go with Hip Hop Ultra Pack. Sure. One shots, vinyl noise. I don't know if there's a mixer to control the volume between them. There might be, there might not be. And let's do a pattern on this as well. More like a shaker. Hats and shakers. Easy enough. Right? I mean, that's a pretty cool song starter right there. Even if you didn't use the bass, right? I probably wouldn't, just because I'd play it in, like, but like, what a cool, like, background texture that nobody else quite has. It's like a quick and easy way to remake samples, and then you can just export it to your DAW. Oops. And then we can drag and drop it right in as a wave. And so now if I were to play, or I could do them individually. Now I could, right, put the loop on, and now I've got the bass. So I am a huge fan of Loopcloud 5. Now I've done a full review of Loopcloud 5, and you can check it out over there. There'll be a link that pops up. It'll be part of this playlist. And I've also compared Loopcloud to Splice. I think it's a really important thing that you need to consider. So go check that out. That's also in this playlist. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Bye.